What's going on, guys? Back at you with another video today. And in today's video we're going to do a Fohawk style with a bald or skin tight taper on the sides and some beard work. Obviously we're going to do a little bit of shear work on top as well. I want to welcome everybody back. Thank you for all the support. Appreciate everybody subscribing. Keep smashing that like button. So here we're going to start out with our Andis Masters and our magnetic Andis purple guard with the number 3 guard on it. We're going to start with the lever closed, and we're going to begin to cut down the sides. Again, I really can't thank you guys enough. I appreciate all the support and all the love. I've been seeing the subs. Everything's moving up and to the right. It's a phenomenal feeling, so I appreciate all the love. Keep getting active in the comments. I still want to do that Q&A video, so I haven't seen many questions. I've seen a lot of questions, particularly on the haircuts that are on these videos, but none pertaining to anything else. So it'd be cool if you guys submitted some questions, and smash that like button and keep sharing these videos, and I'll do a Q&A video soon. So now I'm going to be using my Andis T outliners, and I'm going to create my first guideline to do the bald or skin tight taper on the sides. I usually start off with the Andis T outliners, using them that way. I don't press too hard. I just don't like to create my guideline using them the standard way. So I kind of touch it where I want the line to begin, and then I flip it over and shave the bottom. On the back it's really not that big of a deal, because I don't have to create that shape that I want to, that C-cup shape. Although I do kind of create somewhat of a C-cup shape on the back, that way the sides has a more defined edge on the sides, as you can see right there. Again, you see here, I just kind of tap and then I flip it over and shave. So here we're using the Andis Masters with the lever all the way open, and we're going to create our second guideline to blend out that 0. See, as I start closing the lever notch by notch, I start using more of the corners of my blade. Here we're using the Andis magnetic number 2 guard with the lever all the way open, which is the equivalent to a 2.5. We're going to start blending into that 3 that we just did on the sides, and we're going to start closing the lever notch by notch. The Masters has notches on the sides until we have it all the way closed, and that'll be the equivalent to a number 2. Here we're using the Andis purple magnetic number 1 guard with the lever all the way open, which is the equivalent to a 1.5. We're going to start blending right into that 2 that we just created. And again, we're going to close the lever notch by notch, work on our way down until we have it closed all the way, which would be the equivalent to a number 1. Here we're using the Andis magnetic purple guard, the 0 guard. We're going to use it with the lever open, blend right into that number 1. You see I slow down and I just use more of the corners of my blades as I start using these lower numbered guards. And here we're back using the Andis T outliners. And like I've said in the past, guys, you want to use the corner of the blade almost like a pencil. That's your tool, that's your drawing tool. Here we're going to repeat the process on the other side. We create our second guideline, almost like a C shape, half moon. Start blending it out, closing the lever notch by notch, and as we close it more and more, you can see right here I start using more of the corners of my blade. Here we're using the Andis magnetic number 2 guard, lever all the way open. That would be the equivalent to a 2.5. We're going to blend right into that number 3. Start closing the lever notch by notch until we have it all the way closed, which is the equivalent to a number 2. Same process here with the number 1 purple guard. Lever all the way open. That's a 1.5. And work it all the way till it's closed, which is a 1. Here we're using the end of 0 guard. Same thing. You can see there I'm using the corners almost like a pencil. Now we're going to repeat the process in the back. We're going to create our second guideline. Then we'll close that lever notch by notch until we have that 0 blended out. Always make sure your clients are sitting up straight. Don't feel uncomfortable or nervous to ask your client, hey, do you mind sitting up straight? Don't strain yourself or strain your back or your neck. They're going to be in the chair for 25 minutes. You're going to be working all day. So just politely, like I did there, just ask the customer, hey, do you mind sitting up really quick? Here we're using the Andis magnetic number 2 guard. Lever all the way open again, which is the equivalent to a 2.5. And you can see I'm not really doing the C-cup motion, but as I get towards this occipital bone, the clipper's just gliding up and away. Here I'm using the Andis magnetic number 1 guard with the lever all the way open, which is the equivalent to a 1.5, and we're going to work it right into that number 2 that we just did. Here's the 0 guard now. Same process, lever all the way open. Close it notch by notch. Start using more of the corners of your blade. And always brush. It doesn't seem like any hair's coming off, but just brush and you'll see the difference. Now this is a trick that I learned from one of our barbers and a good friend of mine, JP. As you can see here, I turn the client's head. I'm standing directly behind him and I turn his head to the left. And then I just edge straight up and down. And that gives you that nice V shape, but natural, not so extreme to where you're pushing their edge in. And it comes out right every single time. I don't know where JP found that out, but I appreciate him giving me that nugget. And now I'm giving it to you guys. You see here, directly behind them, turn their head, and just go straight up and down. Here we're going to do a little bit of shear work. This tutorial isn't too focused on shear work, but I'm going to go over it with you guys. You want to make sure that you get the hair completely wet. When you're going to cut hair with shears, the hair needs to be either completely wet or completely dry. Hair has elasticity to it. So the more you wet it, it expands. If you don't have it wet, completely wet everywhere, then it's going to be shorter in some spots than others, and you're going to get uneven haircut. What I do here is I create my guideline right down the center, and then when I pick up the hair on the sides, I just match it to what I created on the center. Here we're doing some shear over comb. You're going to hold the comb at a 90-degree angle. You can see the bulk there. I just pointed it out. You just begin to knock it down. Blend it right into that Fohawk. Here you can see, just so you get a nice crispy edge, you want to knock down the sides here. Not so much in the very center, but just in the sides. I'm using a number 3. I think I go as low as a number 2 as well. 2.5 though. You see the excess hair there on the sides? Just pointing it out to you guys there. And you don't have to dig or go too deep. Just knock down the excess. You'll see at the end here when I start edging them out that it does make a difference. So here when you're doing beard work, guys, I like to start in the very center and create my first point of reference or guideline. And then I'll take the sides. You see here I created my guideline. I'll go to the sides and then I'll match the sides to that center guideline that I created. See there, nice and straight, nice and even. Make sure when you're shaving the neck like this, you pull the skin nice and tight. And no need to speed through it. There can be some sensitive areas on the neckline there. So here I'm trimming the mustache. You want to make sure you use a comb, brush out all the excess hair that's hanging over his lip. And just like the edge on the side, you want to use the corners of your blade almost like a pencil. And don't press too hard. And also, guys, don't push the mustache up. Not really necessary. Clean mustache is just fine. It doesn't need to be pencil thin. Of course, the customer always wins. I try and talk my customer out of it, but I prefer it to be a little bit thicker than the pencil thin. Now you can see there on the sides that my customer's, his beard's a little bit light. I could have used color enhancement. He particularly didn't want to. I know a lot of people hate on color enhancements. I use them. I use them as a tool. I use them as an upsell to my customers. So barbers can hate if they want to, or other people can hate, but at the end of the day, I want to be as versatile as possible and be able to offer my clients all kinds of services. The idea is to make more money. Here I'm using Tomb 45 shave gel, the best shave gel on the market, made by barbers for barbers. Put a little bit on, and you apply it, kind of spread it with your fingers, or you can spread it with a little comb if you want to, it's up to you. You can see here, it's got aloe vera in it, vitamin E, glycerin. This shave gel will not dry up on you. Sorry for the little bit of shakiness in the camera, but I was trying to get you guys a better angle, so I grabbed one of the barbers and told him to hold the camera for me. So he did the best that he could. Here I'm going to blend out the sideburns so that the beard blends right into that bald taper. Start off with a 2.5 and just blend your way up. Closing the lever little by little bit until you have it blended all the way out. bit more touch-up work with the razor here. Once again, guys, I want to thank you for your time. I want to thank you for showing support. Make sure you smash that subscribe button, share these videos, and get active in the comments. Here's your final product, and I'll see you guys next week. Appreciate your time.